good, everybody? I'm gonna do a March overall energy for Sagittarius, right? Everything that's gonna be coming up in March. Also, if you want to book a reading, not a tarot reading, a psychic reading, there's a link in the description. And what else? I think that's it for now, right? So let me go ahead and see what wants to come up. It's been really crazy. So I can't tell. Now I'm starting to think something different. I can't think if it's just the spirits wanting to communicate because when I was doing the air sign readings, my nose started itching, right? And it's funny because that was on the left. Now it's on the right. I gotta see if there's a difference. But right now, right when I picked up the cards, my nose started itching. When I read what that means, it means communication, right? So someone is gonna communicate with you, or you need to communicate something, right? But yeah, see, look, it's stopping. That's so weird. I don't know what that's about, right? But okay. This is the luminous or numinous. Oh wow, I was saying it wrong. Oh, flip right over. Where was it? I know I flipped over. I felt it. Did it flip over or? Oh shit, I don't know. It felt like something flipped over, but all right, let's keep going till it does. The fourth house. Wow, this came out in what was it? Aquarius. The fourth house roots. Family, home, background, comfort, cooking, inner world, real estate, shelter, self care, rejuvenation, habits, shell. All right. Look at see it, and it looks like your ancestor or something, right? When it's talking about roots. So maybe it does have to do with oh man. Well, I read it for I think it came out in Aquarius. I read it for them, so let me go ahead and read it for you too. The fourth house. I'll just read the overall message. When you pull this card, it's time to nestle in, lick your wounds, and spend some time retreating into your own private world. What makes you feel emotionally secure? What strange, wondrous dreams and are stored in your treasure chest? How can you create a sweet retreat for yourself right now? Like a childhood treehouse, both physically and metaphorically, forget about trends for a few days and dig out your comfiest clothes. Put your favorite sheets on your bed and schedule time for reading and journaling under the covers. Ask your inner child what she needs and do what you can to provide for her or him, either way. Journal prompt: create a written vision board of your dream sanctuary space. Think ideals, fabric, scents, music, lighting, and locale. Right. And the fourth house, the sign is Cancer, planet the moon, element water. Tarot card is the second, the two, three, and four of cups. Right. So, okay, that's the message, right? Um, so let's see what else. The Dark Goddess. I always like using this one, and then after this one, I'll pull some tarot. Dark Goddess. That's funny too, because when it's talking about the comfiness and this and that, I could relate to that because well, let me see. Okay, any message from the Dark Goddess that wants to come out for Sagittarius? Because, like, even right now, right? I think I had the sweater in another reading, and I was like, let me. But I was like, you know what? This sweater's too comfortable. So I was like, let me just, this one hop right out. Let me just, I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna wear my comfortable sweater. Ragana, clarity. Clarity. So obviously, you're gonna be clear about something. Maybe that. Maybe being clear about, connecting with your roots or being comfortable, something. Who knows? Or maybe in that being comfortable, something's gonna come out that's gonna help you get clarity. Myth Ragana is the Baltic goddess of clairvoyance, witches and death. She is an ancient and powerful prophet with the ability to look into the past and foresee the future. Dragana controls the weather and changing of the seasons and has dominion over fertility and death. She is a shapeshifter who may appear as a beautiful woman, an animal, or a nightmarish creature. And she travels by riding a tree branch or transforming into a bird. Dragana was later demonized and transformed into an evil witch in folklore. In Lithuanian folklore, witches fly to hilltops to meet with Ragana on the night of the winter solstice, meaning you need to rise above the chaos to gain clarity. Now is not the time to react emotionally. Instead, take your time to observe the situation closely and listen to others' perspectives. Ragana is guiding you to open your eyes and your heart. With new insight brings the ability to see everything clearly and find new creative solutions. All right. So that's that. Right? So if you need to go meet Ragana on a hilltop and gain some clarity, right? So let me see. I think with that, let's start pulling some tarot. Man, I gotta organize these cards. Well, I won't read a reverse or anything that comes out because I don't know how they got like that, right? Okay. So what other message do you have for Sagittarius aside from being comfy and well, I know that wasn't the overall message. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Death. La muerte. So something's ending, right? Transformation, completion. You have to be willing to part ways with the past. Transforming, right? Limpieza profunda. That means like a deep cleansing, right? Heart chakra. Scorpio energy. So maybe it's something you don't really want. You're having trouble parting with, but it's time, right? And then justice came out, right? Because it's something that has to do with whether it's your justice or someone else's justice, right? Like sometimes, should I share this? Yeah, why not? For example, you know, I'm very communicative, right? It's very easy for me to communicate what's on my mind. If anything, that's sometimes I'm like, man, I'm a little too blunt sometimes, right? So I've had to learn, I'm sure from when I was younger to now. But, I had told someone that, I didn't want to talk to them. And for over 2 months, they kept messaging me. And even just that, right? I thought like, wow, as like if a guy did that to a woman, like they'd probably call the cops on her, like restraining order, everything, right? Um, and I finally had to block this person, right? Uh, so in that case, let's say like it was that, right? For some reason, like they didn't get it that because for them it made sense for them, but they weren't thinking about that. I didn't see the I didn't see any reason for that communication, right? So for them, it's what they wanted, but it was about not caring. It was a selfish thing of not caring about. So for them, this will make sense, right? It's like limpieza profunda, liberación, renovación, right? It was just that, like you have to be willing to part ways. Oh, the heart. That's what I was talking about, right? Because maybe in their mind and their heart, it's like someone that like you feel like no, this something, right? But obviously, like once the death hits, it's like it's telling you that it's time for the change, right? So it's gonna be about how painful you make it, because in maybe in your well, see, I guess that right in this situation, yeah, maybe your heart's you feel something, but it's okay. We feel something for anything. It's like working at a job and on your last day people say oh bye, and I've seen it where people get emotional, they'll cry, oh, all my friends, my whatever. I know I'm making this long, but things like that, they don't want to part ways with this family that they've made, but they're moving on to something else, right? So it's like that. Sometimes you just gotta part ways and know when it's time, right? Stuff like that. And it's a just so in this case, something with justice, right? So it's justice, right? Libra energy, Scorpio, Libra, the heart again, right? So this is adjusting. I don't know, I don't know if it's that. While my heart's kind of like I'm feeling. So it just know it's something just, right? That's all I could say because it brings harmony, right? Like that's what it is, right? Harmony, equidad. I'm not sure. Moderation and independencia de espíritu, spiritually independent, right? It's about maintaining the balance, and then sometimes things have to be sacrificed, right? So that's funny that this and that. See, it's talking about matrimonios, divorcios. Sometimes you gotta part ways and stuff like that. So there's something just going on here. Everything's always for your highest benefit, right? At the end of the day, right? Like the spirit world is never really trying to bring you, it's trying to make you learn and grow, right? And it's all about us being oh, like this morning, right? I don't know, okay, and then cause I know I don't know why. See, you're making me want to talk Sagittarius. That's funny. See, yeah, my nose isn't itching anymore. It was itching in the beginning, right? So I guess this is a message. I'll just take it as this is a message that the spirit world wants to bring through. Um, like this morning I saw a video of they were showing like this little girl in the store, and she's breaking everything and going crazy, right? And that's how the culture, and even the people that were doing it, I think they're from I don't know if they're from Canada or what country, right? Um but it was like them, they couldn't believe it, right? Because that was a US thing, right? They were like, wow, people really, it's different cultures, but it's brought out the worst in people. That whole thing of, I think some lady was screaming, uh, no, you don't know what she's going through and this and that. It's fine, of course. Yeah, I get it. Kids act out, you know what I mean? But there's no way like my parents would have allowed that, right? To like the fact that no one even like restrained this kid, or like there's certain things where yeah, you shouldn't put hands on other kids. But if my kid was doing all that and someone, like, maybe not beat the crap out of him, but restrain them, I'd understand. And then I came and it's like, hey, what's going on? Dude, your kid was destroying everything. All right, cool. Thank you. Okay. Let me discipline him from here, right? Like, okay, let me, but it was just crazy that people were like, so that's not teaching that kid to grow, right? That's not teaching that kid that there's consequences to something, right? To me, I was like, man, it's like a future, like, something, right? School shooter, something. That's because those are the moments, right? It's like at that moment, there's a crossroad. Someone taught that kid a valuable lesson, or they just let them act a fool and then no, until there's a bigger consequence, right? Or one day a cop ends up hurting your kid because you didn't teach them to not like go crazy, right? So I'm just saying that, whatever. Uh-oh. See, and then now there's that's so funny I was talking about that action, right? So I think it's about you taking action, right? I think this thing is coming one way or another. The death, the justice, and then you just have to take action, right? Solar plexus standing. Oh wow. Yeah, see messages, something's coming fast, right? And it's your energy, Sagittarius. I think maybe something's asking you to take action. Like, okay, let's see. Clarify the Eight of Wands, because what is that about? No, I went off into something else, but whatever. Maybe someone needed to understand that, oh, okay, just that, right? That everything's about your growth, right? Like that. Someone may have that, like, for whatever reason, they might be like, oh no, you're supposed to let the kid destroy everything in the store. And, you know, and you think you're being gentle and, oh, I'm coddling this kid. No, they're hurting. That's why they're destroying everything that's not theirs, you know. But you gotta understand, you're not doing that person a favor in not stopping them, right? Maybe that was the cry for help. Like they failed to see that. The cry for help was probably like, attention. They wanted someone to stop them, right? Deep inside or something like, obviously, because that was like a huge, that just blew my mind. I couldn't believe that all these grown adults, until one man stepped forward and restrained this little girl that was destroying everything, and then the lady still came. You don't know what she's going through, and it's like, what? Then why didn't you stop her? Like, are you stupid or what? Like that was crazy to me. Whoa. See, and they agreed because they threw out a card right away when I said that. They're like, yeah, gonna be, I think, the last one, because I'm like, I don't even know. Oh wow, see, straight. So that makes sense, right? There's a death to something, but it's justice, right? There's nothing. It's just the what has to happen, right? It's for your own growth, for you know. Look at both solar plexus, so it's a truth to it, right? Action, strength. It takes strength to deal with this, right? Leo energy, Sagittarius. You know, it all makes sense. Poder en energía, energy. I like that it says that gran amor, because that's huge love, right? Sometimes in ending stuff, it's about love, right? It takes a lot of love to end certain situations because then you're not acting in a selfish way, right? Holding on to things that you don't need anymore, in your life for your growth, right? They're not better benefiting you and not benefiting the other person. It's about conquering your desires, right? But not just desires in like desire illusionary desires. It's about real desires that you want, right? Like maybe that you could be so obsessed with something like that. Let's say between people, right? One person could be obsessed with someone else to where you forget that there was something you wanted to really do, right? Not just like something crazy like that, right? Right? Something like that. So, okay, there. I think I'll end it with that. Let me see. Let me pull one more card to that. I went off into my whole. Oh, wow. Okay, look at that. See? There's something good at the end of that. If you can have the strength, look at the star. Oh, shoot. Get that. She's over here letting it all hang out. Yeah, right. So, harmony, right? Everything, the star. It's about hope, right? Unexpected help, clarity. And that's what I came out, right? So, wow, look at I love the clarification, right? When I did the dark goddess clarity, and this is about having clarity, right? And the crown chakra, you know, and then again the great love. See, imagine strength is about having great love, and then this one's about great love, right? Giving and receiving. Yeah. So this is all about spirituality too. The star represents spirituality. This isn't about. This doesn't have to do with the physical, right? Like even right there it says carta totalmente espiritual. This card is completely spiritual, right? That's what it's saying. Aquarius energy, right? So you got Aquarius, Leo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, right? So I think that's it. I mean, that was a perfect way to end it, right? The star. So as long as you let something die that's supposed to die, it's something that's just, right? And you have the strength to push on towards something that you really that where you got sidetracked with something. I don't know what you got sidetracked with, but you need to focus and yeah, it's almost like, you're gonna have your wish fulfillment and all that good stuff, right? So on that note, I'll end it. Thank you, Sagittarius. See you on the next one. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. Let me know if it resonates. All right, peace.